And I want to introduce you this morning to Sylvester Chauke. Now, Sylvester is the name behind some of the country's most successful lifestyle brands, celebrities, and advertising campaigns at that as well. And the best part, he's only 36 years old.
I was waiting for a swan dive there. I think it's his pioneering spirit, his exuberance, his love of what he does, his passion really played through in some of the incredibly successful campaigns he's been behind. But he's also taking a time out to give back, impart some of those skills to today's youth. Take a look at this.
In Africa, a new legion of young heroes are using their passion, ideas and influence to build distinctive businesses that aim to transform key industries on the continent. And for Sylvester Chauke, it's creating memorable brand experiences that's catapulted him to the top of his game. And he's showing no signs of slowing.
Fusing an old love for performance with his eminent success as an advertiser, Sylvester Chauke founded DNA Brand Architects, one of a few black-owned communication companies in South Africa.
I'd worked for the biggest advertising agencies and some of the best in the country. So after a number of years, as you can imagine, there was a lot of ideas along the way. And I saw there was an opportunity to mix almost broadcasting with creative brand strategy, but also with sort of solving brand problems in terms of advertising and meshing them all up into one kind of solution that is not one-sided, but that is integrated. And that's why DNA Brand Architects was formed. And I thought, how do we work and help clients to make work more integrated and more focused?
From working with consumer brands to broadcasters, it wasn't long before the need to disrupt the industry took hold.
And while his achievement as a businessman has won him numerous awards, Sylvester keeps a healthy, learning relationship with failures along his journey.
Just after my internship, I was quite serious about working for the biggest and the most awesome advertising agency at the time. And so I went into an interview at one of the big retailers, and I think I really sailed through that interview. But I think because I was so confident about my skill and what I thought I was going to offer and my qualifications and all of that at the time, I completely missed the boat and actually ended up not getting that job because I was cocky and overconfident and maybe quite arrogant in that process. I think that taught me quite a lot.
On his mission to build an empire, Sylvester forms formidable bonds with the people who work for him. And it's understanding how people feel and behave that puts him in prime position to be able to predict future trends when it comes to influencers and consumers.
We work with millennials, and millennials are very much driven by different values. And the importance is to ensure that they're able to bring themselves to work as they are. And I always say here that we have to be able to walk into the office as who you are. Don't leave yourself in the car. So it's quite important that people feel comfortable, so creating an environment that is welcoming, that is free, that allows for young people to be able to express themselves in the best possible way. Because if that's in place, then they're able to really do and give a lot more. And also because millennials, they're driven by objectives and they want to achieve a lot of things. So being able to give them opportunities that allow for them to achieve and to feel like they are really making a difference is a very important part of my management style. Well, in terms of what I believe that Africa or what people need to do in order to push our continent forward, first of all, we have to love our continent and we have to be proud of what we have in terms of the creativity that we possess, but also the opportunities that we have, number one. Number two, I think that for a lot of young people, there is a tendency to want to achieve things very quickly. And I think as a result of that, we are seeing these overnight successes, but also we're seeing overnight failures because there is not enough work that's put into the system. And I think that what's really important for us as Africans is to understand that we have a lot to offer the world and not just consuming what the world gives us, but actually we need to be doing and coming up with ideas that are going to be contributing to the world as a whole.
At only 36 years old and with 19 years of experience behind him, Sylvester stands tall as a guiding light for other entrepreneurs. And it's hard to believe that when it comes to industry domination, he's only just getting warmed up.